Hey guys.
Welcome back to our channel, Truth Seekers. We got a good video for you today. This one's how to stay raw vegan in the winter without feeling deprived. What's up, guys? My name's Sean here at Longevity the Tattoo. I'm a juicefast coach, a raw food nutrition coach, and an expert in tattoo health and longevity.
And my name's Kat, and I'm also a raw food nutrition coach, as well as a detox specialist and an expert in tattoo health and longevity.
Everything we're going to go into in this video is the road less traveled. We got like 3% or less people adopting this type of lifestyle, but the benefits are so huge. So to really reap all the benefits and stay accountable on your journey, you really need a community, a support group of like-minded individuals. We created one just like that for you. It's called Tattooers Health Mastery. Make sure you click the link under this video to see what's included, and it's 75% off right now for you viewers of the course because we see how badly the world needs this.
And keep your eyes peeled for our new 6-part free video course that's coming out soon. It is called The 6 Steps to Increasing the Longevity of Your Tattoo Career. It is completely designed for tattoo artists and creatives to help you master your health naturally while extending the longevity of your tattoo career. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Guys, let's get right into it. So number one, it's really just mindset over the food. A lot of the times we get pulled off track. We want to go back to the nostalgic, comfortable food. I mean, wintertime, that's where all the holidays are. You got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas. A lot of us are used to growing up and conditioned to eating these types of food, and we yearn for them. When the winter comes, we get that like feeling where we just want to eat that comfortable food, whatever it may be, the pies, the turkey, the all the winter puddings and stuff that we would eat. But as a raw vegan, you really got to look at it differently. And that's why I say it's mindset, and you really have to follow your why. We always talk about the why, but if you have a strong enough why, you know why you're doing this lifestyle, why you're going down this path, whether it be for your health, for the health of the planet, for the animals. Try to find a bigger why than yourself, but hold on to that and use that as your North Star to freedom. Because when you get off of these cooked food, these heavy animal products, these fat, buttery, fried, all these holiday foods that actually like lessen our health, they degrade our health from the inside out. And so many of us just go into that head first, that we like put up with that risk of poor health just to eat the foods we feel comfortable with. So it takes a strong mind, a mindset, determination, ambition, and really just a big why so that you can actually follow through and succeed. So it's really not the food that's making us warm either. Like the food's just a nostalgia, and yes, it's physically warm, so it goes in your body and warms you up for a second. But a lot of these foods actually in turn make us colder in the long run. And all this has to do with circulation, inflammation, all the problems that these toxic foods cause when we ingest them in the long run actually cause us to be more cold, more fatigued, more drained of our energy. Because when we're eating all these animal products and cooked processed foods, it literally takes water, hydration, energy from our cell, our enzymes to digest, process, and break these down. That's not leaving you a lot of energy left at the end of the day. So when you're eating raw plant-based, all these things support digestion, they have hydration, they have minerals, they help your circulation, and all these things are going to help you stay warm. So us being raw vegan for 3 years now, like we smell these comfortable cooked warm foods, spicy foods, but we don't yearn to go back to them because we feel the benefits we have now, and it's not worth the trade-off. I don't want to go back eating that comfortable spicy warm food because I feel so good now. I'm not that cold, and none of our food is warmer than 115 degrees. So this is how easy it is. It can be hard because we live in a world full of opposing forces. So lean on a community like Tattooers Health Mastery. That's why we made it. So people wanting to go down this journey, and you want support from like-minded people, because a lot of your family members, your loved ones are probably going to call you crazy. Join a group like we created. We're going to help you. We're going to support you.
I mean, I was cold all the time. I mean, Sean's had pretty good blood flow, I feel like, for ever, because he's like never cold. But I feel like I, on the other hand, was cold like 24/7. Hands, feet, always cold. Core, always cold. And especially in the winter. And so now, after almost 3 years of being raw, it's like I can walk around outside in the snow with just a hoodie on and be totally fine. And that's huge for me. That's huge, because I've literally feel like I've been cold for my whole life. So it all really has to do with your circulation. And yeah, the mindset is a huge thing behind that too. And like when you're trying to cultivate warmth, it's not like the temperature necessarily that your body's looking for. It's really everything else, like what the food does when it gets in your body. It's like focusing on warming spices. That those warming spices will make you feel warm, and it'll kind of like jumpstart that inner fire in you and just make you feel warm from the inside out. So those warming spices can be anything from cayenne pepper to cinnamon or clove or anything like that. And it's spicy, and it's not, I mean, it's not going to make you like overly hot, but it'll warm you up, especially if you're like having it in tea or like raw soups or something like that. It'll definitely help. And I mean, the best thing about spices is you can literally add them to anything and everything that you eat. Yeah, like you can do ginger and or orange. You can do ginger and citrus. That helps your circulation, your blood flow. Cayenne pepper also helps your blood flow and circulation, and just spicy peppers in general, as well as just lemon water. That does too. Something that simple. It's like it doesn't have to be hard. You just have to keep in mind what you want from your body from that day. Like, how do you want yourself to feel? And so when you wake up and you're cold, what are you going to do? Are you going to go and try to make like a big hot, pot of oatmeal? Or would you rather, go make some tea and start the day slowly and support your circulation rather than like clogging it and making you feel warm for like 5 minutes while you're eating and then being super cold later? I mean, it's up to you.
I used to love spicy food and I loved how it warmed me up inside. Now I can put like, what was it the other day? Cucumber salad. Like we'll put some pictures up, but cucumber salad I make a lot and it's cold, right? I put it in the fridge, but if you put a habanero, a jalapeno, a serrano pepper in there, that is going to warm you up. It's like a fire inside. Instantly, you'll be sweating in minutes and you're warm. So there's ways to actually get physically warm, hot with cold food as a raw vegan. So let's get into the produce too. So eat per geography. We always like that. Wherever you are, eat what's in season. Eat what's in season. So this is going to vary. We're in the Midwest. We're in Ohio. So in our area, we get pomegranates, we get persimmons, we get the citrus fruits like Kat was mentioning, the orange, the grapefruit, the mandarins. These are really good during the winter. We did our juice fast during the winter. So if you guys are looking to do a juice fast, like we have, our 40-day protocol is included in the membership. You can do that juice fast in the winter. That's what we did because of all the citrus. Citrus and pineapple are like half of the juices in that juice fast. So those are readily available for us here and I think most places. Yeah, really utilize your winter fruits. And I mean, there's figs, there's dates, bananas. Sprouts are pretty much all year round. And there's a lot of greens that go into season during the winter. Though, as a raw vegan, we have all the options. There's no reason to deprive yourself. And also always track your calories. So in the winter, it's really important because if you're having trouble like getting down as many smoothies, you really want to watch your calories because it's important to have the caloric intake so you can feel energized and you feel satiated. You don't want to just eat not enough and then just feel like the raw vegan diet isn't working for you. So make sure you're tracking, make sure you get your adequate calories.
Yeah, making sure that you eat enough during the cold months is super important. And that actually goes into my next point here is that eating denser foods is going to help keep you warmer in the long run because it helps bump up your thermogenesis and helps you stay warm like at the core because it just gently slows down your digestion and kind of just helps you cultivate more internal heat. And but that's also where the juice fast comes in to play too, because say you didn't do a juice fast and you didn't clear everything out of your gut and get it primed and ready to intake all of these raw plant fibers. When you start eating denser, heavier raw foods, and you haven't done a juice fast to clean everything out, it might slow things down a little too much, and you don't really want that. So just be mindful when you're eating denser, heavier, more fatty raw foods, because if you haven't primed your digestion, it might slow you down and cause you to be a little sluggish. And nobody really wants that. But if you have, you have strong digestion, you've, done the detoxing, done the juice fast, whatever, then yeah, including more denser, heavier foods is definitely going to benefit you when it starts to get cold. For one, because it keeps you full longer, and just for two, it just helps ramp up that inner heat in that thermogenesis in your body, and it just helps keep you warm from the inside out. Also, if you're not hitting your calorie goals, you're not going to stay warm. either, by the way. So it's like making sure, especially to hit your calorie goals in the winter, like you should be hitting them all the time, but especially in the winter is very important.
If you like what you've been seeing so far, make sure you hit like and subscribe so you can see more videos like this, and follow us on our other social medias, TikTok and Instagram at The Longevity of the Tattoo.
So what foods can you eat to help keep you warm as a raw vegan during the winter? Well, we were already talking about denser foods, but let's talk about things like soups and like other meals. So it's like we have a dehydrator, we have an Excalibur, and that really helps us create not only familiar meals that, I don't know, that are just like nostalgic and make you happy, like pizza, noodles, just things like that, but it also helps keep you warm or keep the illusion of being warm. um, because really it's like it helps you recreate those comfort foods that you're used to eating during the winters, like different noodle dishes. We've done curries before where you take like a bunch of vegetables like squashes, asparagus, peppers, and stuff like that, and you just put it in a bag and put some sauce in it and put it in the freezer. And putting it in the freezer before you dehydrate it gives it that cooked food kind of texture, which is really cool. And we actually just discovered that like 2 years ago, maybe. And when we did it the first time, it blew our mind because it was literally like we just pulled something out of the oven, except it wasn't 500 degrees. And it's really cool because doing that with the denser foods makes it easier for you to digest too, but while also, like, I don't know, ramping up your thermogenesis, because it still is a dense food. It's just not going to be as taxing on your digestion, and it's going to feel better going in your stomach. But having a dehydrator is really, I feel like, important if you live in a cold area as a raw vegan, because it just helps you make those familiar foods. Like we've made pizza, we make lasagna, we've made curries, and we've even thrown some raw soups in there. And like, I don't know, you can really just basically make whatever you want if you have a dehydrator. And the raw soups can be made in a couple different ways too. You can, if you have a Vitamix or a high-speed blender, you can always blend things for like a couple minutes, and that'll get it to like a warm temperature. And you can also throw it in a dehydrator for a couple hours. You can, if you have like a hot pot, depending on the type of soup that you're making, of course, if you have a hot pot that just heats up water, heat it up, take the temperature, measure the water, and see, make sure it's between 115, 110 to 118. If you're, I don't know, wanting to keep it on the lower side of the temperatures, 110 to 118. And make your soup. Like, we'll make miso soups like that. Some raw vegans do not eat miso because it's not technically raw, but it is a living food, so we do still consume it. You just need to be careful with the living foods too, because if you get them too hot, they're not going to be as beneficial for you. So we make miso soups, and we'll put warmed up water in there, and it's just as good, just as satisfying as if you were to buy it from a restaurant or something and it's like piping hot. Because, I mean, let's be real, you can't really eat it if it's piping hot anyway. So it's like, ends up being the perfect temperature for you to just eat it, and it helps you feel warm. And you can put those spices in there, like jalapenos or whatever you want to put in there to help warm you up a little bit more. But there's so many options when it comes to making foods. You just have to open your mind a little bit. It goes back to the first point of mindset. So, yeah.
Those are all very good points. And our last point on how to stay raw vegan in the winter without feeling deprived is utilizing sprouts and lentils. So sprouted lentils are great. I mean, you can use them all year round. You can prepare them in a lot of ways. They're quick, fast, simple, easy, and like a multivitamin for the human body. Like, it's literally the nature's multivitamin. They have so many benefits in that sprout. They're so packed full of nutrients when they're little like that, and they just kind of like actually lose their nutrient content as they grow. So you get the most condensed, nutrient dense bang for your buck in a little tiny sprout. So those are great. It's nature's multivitamin. And during the winter, that's when a lot of people get sick. Kat and I used to get sick like once or twice a year. We'd be sick for 2 or 3 weeks, have that cough that would never go away. Now that we're raw vegan, we don't get sick. And when we do, it's like a day or two tops. So that's very cool. And I really attribute that to the raw plant-based diet, the way we cleaned out our digestion with the juice fast, and how all these foods have life force energy. They're hydrating, it's detoxifying. So when we get a virus, a bacteria, it's not sitting in our body because we are naturally detoxifying all the time because of the way we are eating. And with nature's multivitamin, the sprouted lentil, you're going to just be adding another barrier of protection when it comes to your immune system in the winter months. So sprout lentils, they're super easy. If you want recipes like this, join our group. We have like hundreds of recipes in Tattooers Health Mastery, and sprouted lentils are one of the things we do. We'll wrap them in seaweed wraps. We'll put them on salads. There's so many ways to use them. You can eat them plain right out of the jar. And it's the highest source of protein for raw vegans. So if you're wondering about how raw vegans get protein, sprouted lentils are a great way. And sprouts never go out of season. Sprouts are another thing, microgreens. These are all things you can utilize. Add them to your diet, put them on things. It's going to help you guys. So it's not hard. It's easy. You just have to switch over your mindset. You have to get away from that conditioning, that brainwashing we're all under, to be comfortable and do the same thing as everybody else. If you look around, a lot of people are struggling. They don't have really the results they want. So if that sounds like you might need to join a community like this, because this diet, this lifestyle is going to give you the results you want. If it comes to energy, if it comes to weight loss, if it comes to skin, if it comes to overall health, any of that thing, spiritual connection, all the things, raw plant-based gives you that.
Okay, Kat here with another tip that we forgot to mention is exercise. Exercise really helps keep you warm in the colder weather because your muscles use energy, right? And those chemical reactions release heat. And over time, building muscle and improving circulation helps you hold on to that heat longer so you stay warmer overall. And I think that's a pretty huge thing, to add into your days if you want to stay warm in the winter.
All right, so quick summary on today's video. Mindset is one. So mindset is what you want to work on first. Number two is have a strategy for warmth. Put things in a dehydrator. Make sure you're planning ahead. Make sure you have available what you need to succeed when it comes to the winter months. We went over this. Check the winter produce. Eat what's available in your wherever you are. Check out the winter produce. There's always something different. Eat per season. Build your winter meals. Find some staples you like. If you want to dehydrate stuff, find a good raw pizza, find some lasagna, find some soups you enjoy, whatever you can do. Some warming spices in your smoothie bowls, whatever you can do to stay raw vegan in the winter and get it
done.
Get past the winter months and get into the spring and summer when you can indulge on all the other things again, like the melons.
Yeah. So we hope you took a lot away from this. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments. If there's any videos that you would like us to do or touch on in the future, anything you would like us to expand on, let us know also in the comments.
Yeah, so we hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you on the next YouTube, guys. So Thanks for being here.
Yeah, so stay happy, stay healthy, and stay aligned. We will see you next week.
Peace.
Bye.